G'day my friends, Marty Ware here from Marty's Garden. What if I told you you could farm worms and build gardens and get it all synchronized together to make a beautiful organic garden that not only produces lots of worms and lots of worm castings and really great compost, but feeds you and your plants and your family all at the same time, and it could even make you a bit extra money on the side if you wanted to do it this way. Well, I have Windrows, right? And I am an organic gardener. Well, basically I have an agricultural, horticultural background. I call myself an agri-horticulturist, but I love using worms to get everything done. Now I've got a windrow, a big long one, and it's probably about 5 square meters at the moment. And it's sort of pyramid shaped along the edges. Now the reason being for that is because I want airflow on either side. It's good for the worms, good for the oxygen, good for the biology, good for the breakdown of the whole system. The worms can move up and down through the profile, following food, water, warmth, heat, cooling, whatever they want to do. And it starts at one end with a hot compost and then moves through and goes out to the harvesting end. But while I'm doing that and everything's getting established, I've also built gardens around the edges. And what I've done is I've put a pathway up the side. Now, I've got cardboard down, so this is actually egg carton cardboard, but you could use any cardboard, as long as you put it in nice layers. And because the worms are going underneath there, and I didn't want to squish them, right, because there's heaps. So I've got actually straw bale gardens going up the side, with parsley growing up the side as well now. And the worms have come in and eaten all that, and that's nearly, you couldn't even tell that was a straw bale basically now, and those plants are really just starting to take off. And I've got a big barrel, so that's the biggest worm farm ever, right at the end, and I feed that system. That's about 3/4 full with compost and heaps of different, like all the different worms that I can find, all the varieties in there, and feeding that system. And when I water that and when it rains, it all flows down through into the garden down below and seeps out into the soil profile, healing the land and feeding the plants. So I never ever once have to feed that system. Now keep in mind, everyone's thinking NPK, NPK, NPK. Now all these nutrients are available to you when the plants and the microbes and the fungi all start talking to each other, see? It all starts synchronizing, it all starts getting really healthy, and the plants photosynthesizing, and it goes, I'll swap you something for this, for that, I'll send you some sugars if you give me this. And so they make it bioavailable. They will tell the system down below when they need certain nutrients to flower and all that type of stuff. You just look at my plants on the side of this windrow. They have never once seen a fertilizer other than what they're growing in around the edge of the windrow. Now, if you want to do a long windrow like that, you could put a straw bale garden along the edge and then harvest along the sides. That's what I did when I had the micro farm going. Really easy, just come along, grab lettuce, grab microgreens, and boom, I'd put it all together into bags and off to the restaurants and sell them as a mixed salad. And I used to do really, really well like that. And I never had to buy once a fertilizer other than the straw bales and some of the compost that I bought in to feed the worms and things. So a really cheap way to go, and amazing food on the table. You just really can't go wrong. And I really love those cardboard pathways when you're walking along and you sort of know those worms are underneath and they're not getting hurt. Now, if you really dig this and you think like organic gardening's cool, you love putting worm farming systems in with gardens, and so it's everything self-feeding and it's just expanding out. You can go to small scale, large scale, whatever you want. You can just have one barrel, one straw bale or something like that, and maybe a little windrow or something together, or a little compost pile. You don't need to have it big, and it will all work in harmony together. Let me know what you think about that in the comments box down below. Are you doing it already? Have you tried it? Have you been following along? I'd really love to know what you think about it. Have a great day, happy worm farming, and we'll see you at the next video real soon. Bye for now.